Good morning, everybody. It's about 9 o'clock on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. It's also my sister's birthday. But anyway, I'm here to do an interactive oracle reading. And I want to do like a little meditation before we start. Now, think about something you have a question about in your mind and sort of focus on that. And we can Oh, there's the cutest little bird outside my window. Anyway, we can try and answer it for you. So close your eyes. Make sure your feet are squarely on the floor. And just sort of relax your body. Let everything go. And focus on something in your life that you need an answer about. And usually I can tell you we have the answers within us. We're just like sort of telling us what we already know, but we need confirmation. So just relax and think about that. Think about your question. And I'm going to start turning the cards over. There's 6 of them. So pick a card 1 through 6 and just breathe and think about it when you're picking it. And then when you're ready, just open your eyes and watch the rest of this video. So I'm here today. I haven't done one of these in a long time. I really enjoy doing them, and but I've just gotten bogged down with other things. I've written 2 books. One is called Psychic Mastery. They're basically workbooks to teach you to hone your psychic skills and to do it safely. In a way that you're not bombarded with any negative energy or entities or anything like that. And the other book is called Earth Cycles, and it too is a workbook. And it's a large expansion of a book I wrote years ago for my Earth Cycles classes that I used to teach, and I probably will teach again. And it's a book about getting back in touch with nature and the earth. I think that we have totally lost our connection to the planet, our connection to one another in this world. And I think that that's why everybody is just kind of so miserable and lonely and just not doing well, why we're all fighting with one another. And we've just lost our connection to the cycles of this planet. This planet definitely has cycles. We have winter, summer, spring, fall. We have different times to grow crops, different times when animals reproduce. So there's seasons and there's the turning of the wheel. And this book goes into all of that. And I wrote about nature spirits and fairy, and I remember one time I was walking my dog and this little round ball of light just sort of bounced right across in front of me. And that was a nature spirit. And they're all over. You just have no connection to them anymore. So this book is going to teach you how to connect with yourself, your inner knowing, and connect with the planet. And maybe if we get back in touch with the planet, we'll stop destroying it. So anyway, back to our reading. And if you picked your card by now, you should have. And we'll start with the first one. This is called Irreverence. It's really funny because I hadn't looked at them. I just shuffled them and put them down, face down. And this one is Reverence, and it's honor the sacred, living prayer, presence in nature. That's just what I've been talking about, is having a reverence for nature and the planet again. And if you pick this card, it's something you need to put in your life, So if things aren't going well for you right now, or you're having trouble, get out in nature. Go for a walk in the woods, or a walk on the beach, somewhere where you can connect with nature. And it's a big help to you, to your soul. And that's what this card is calling you to do, is to get back to nature, get back to the planet, get back to, being living in coordination with the planet and the cycles of nature. So that's the first one. Interesting. Like, I feel like some people have, and some of you that are listening may have gotten too involved in like the material world, like work and, things like that, having things, and, just that you've maybe lost touch with nature. And, to put balance back in your life, you have to really get back in touch with it. But it's really, really cute that this is the first card out after what I was just talking about. That's card 1. Card number 2, claim your power. Cultivate willpower. Take inspired action. You've got this. So this is for, if you pick this, for you people who have kind of like feel like you've lost your power, or that you're not controlling what's going on in your world, that things are just happening to you, and maybe feeling a little bit like a victim. So you need to claim that power back. You definitely, everybody has power. Just some of us don't know it. And it takes a lot to get in touch with that. And it's important because, if you're in a relationship that you've lost your power or is in any way abusive, you've got to take back your power. I feel like there's somebody out there that's in an abusive relationship and needs to get out of it. It's very important. So this card is asking you to claim your power back. And it's actually focusing on the solar plexus chakra. You can see her hands are right there by her middle. And it is of the solar plexus. So, the color yellow resonates to the solar plexus. So maybe start wearing some yellow, or get some yellow stones like citrine and wear them, because they will boost your power and boost your energy. So that's card number 2. Card number 3 is grounding. Again, it's funny. I really just put them down. I didn't look at them. Reconnect with nature, balance sensitivity, crystalline grid. So if you've gotten ungrounded and, you feel like you're not really connected to anything, this again is saying the same thing. Reconnect with nature. That figure is like a tree. It's got roots and it's got branches going up, as above, so below. And it's reconnecting and putting yourself in that place of being connected with the planet, and then connected with all that is. And it says crystalline grid, and you can create a grounding grid in your home, like on a little table or something, using like black crystals like obsidian, jet, black tourmaline, smoky quartz. I have one over here. Those are grounding crystals. And if you're not grounded, there are a lot of ways to get grounded. And this is an issue of the root and the earth star chakra. So you need to work on those chakras. Red is the color of the root chakra. And getting grounded, you can do a grounding meditation every day. Like visualize yourself as a tree with your roots going down into the ground. But you always got to go up too, because being grounded is being in both chakras, the crown and the earth, and the root and the earth star chakra. So being grounded is all, being healthy is having all your chakras aligned. And, you might, if you feel spacey, or your mind wanders, or you can't concentrate on tasks, you need to get grounding. And you can eat grounding food. For people who eat meat, meats are grounding because they're yang food. Salads and vegetables are yin food. So, you want to ground. And my favorite trick when I used to feel ungrounded back in the day when I was first doing my work I used to get ungrounded a lot if I had too many crystals around or, things like that. I would go out and get a hamburger and a Cosmopolitan magazine, put the TV on, and just do really mundane things. And that always brought me down back into reality. Sometimes you get a little too out there, especially if you do a lot of inner work and psychic work. You have to be careful to be grounded. The best way is, of course, going into nature, like going for a walk in the woods, connecting with a tree, or walking on the beach. Our beaches here in Pensacola, Florida, they're beautiful white sand, and it's actually quartz crystals that wash down from the mountains. And it's very grounding, and it's very amazing because there's those negative ions coming from the salt water and, the quartz crystals and sea life, and that's just amazing. So get out. Again, the message here seems to be get out in nature. That's card number 3. Card number 4 is World Bridger. Now, if you chose this card, it says you are a multidimensional bridge to the spiritual, death and rebirth. You may be called to help bridge the world, the other world, the netherworlds, and this world. And that might be one of your gifts, is to connect the two worlds. Well, actually, there's more than two, but the basic two worlds. And that may be a calling for you, if you haven't figured out where your place is. And how do you bridge that? Well, mediums are bridges. They connect with the other world. And shamans connect to the other world and the underworld, which is the world of our animal spirits and nature and all that. So this may be a calling for you. And if it is, you need to get some training and figure out what's going on. The next one is forgiveness. Release resentment, heal the past, see the divine in all. And forgiveness, you may have chosen this card because there's somebody you need to forgive. And you can see that this woman is broken her chains, because when you have resentment and anger towards a person or a situation, the worst thing that it affects is you, because you get chained to that and you get stuck in that energy. And you have to release it. And it's time to heal the past, forgive. And if you can't forgive, and I don't think it's terrible that, if you've been horribly abused by someone, that you don't forgive, because, sometimes people just go way beyond anything that's reasonable. But even if you can't forgive, let it go. That's what it's saying, is let it go. And remember that those people that are abusive, or they're really people that have been horribly hurt too. Abuse doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. So some level of forgiveness. If not forgiveness, then letting go. Letting go is important. So think about what you need to let go of and what you need to heal. And our final card, number 6, is reveal the true you. Express your truth. Peel back your mask. Stop hiding. So in this card, if you chose this card, maybe in some ways you're not being your true self. You're not expressing your true needs and your true feelings and your true beliefs. So this card is calling on you to reveal that true self, because the true you is beautiful. You know, it's far more beautiful than the fake you, because the fake you is just something that you put on to, to live in a situation that isn't good for you. So anyway, this is reveal your true you. So that's the last card. So we have here 6 cards. 1 is reverence for nature. 2 is claim your power. 3 is grounding, getting grounded. 4 is world bridger. 5 is forgiveness. And 6 is reveal the true you. So those are our cards for today. I hope that's been helpful in some ways. If you want a full reading, I do tarot readings, and I always include a few oracle cards in my tarot readings. So you can, I also do astrology, and I have my books, and you can get information on everything that I do on my website, which is www.georgiavallejos, VLAHOS.com. And I'd love to hear from you, and I hope you all have a great day. Thank you. Bye.